One time in my 20s, I was dating a dude who sold his soul to the... And I didn't believe him at first. And then things just started getting super weird. So he would come over to my apartment. And one night we had like this fight because he was doing some unsavory things. He wouldn't get a job. And I was working like 60 hours a week. He came over and we got in this big fight. And then we were like, I was like, let's just go to bed. Let's like sleep on this. Let's talk about it in the morning. I shit you not. I lay down and close my eyes. I look up and there are 4 like black beings swirling around my ceiling. I'm like, what the world? I look out towards my window. There's a male figure standing at my window. And, I'm like, you guys, so I've seen ghosts before. So I was like, you all are not welcome here. You need to leave. Get out. Blah, blah. And really creepy in this, like, really, I'm going to try to do it voice. He was like, they're here for me. They're upset for me that you're treating me the way you are. And I knew at that point he wasn't fucking kidding when he said that. He sold his... So he's like getting really angry with me because I'm telling his friends, demons, to leave. And I look over to my window, or I look over to my door of my room that is cracked open, and there is, and I've never seen this before in my life, my blood ran cold. I haven't seen it since. This is the first time ever. There is a half man with like a goat's face or something with like the ram ears. I don't know what it was, like the ram horn things, standing with like red eyes, standing in my doorframe, and I'm literally still getting chills to this day. This has been 10, 12 years, and I still am shocked by what happened. And so I'm like, I tell the guy, I say, I am so sorry. I love you. Like, I was mad. I didn't mean any of it. Like, absolutely. And yeah, when we broke up, I had to get a hotel room and stay out of my house because I was scared he would kill me, because he said he would kill me if I left him. So super good, but that is insane, right? Ooh.
My friend encountered a sleep paralysis demon. Before I begin, make sure to follow my other socials here, and there's a link in my bio to submit your own crazy stories for me to read. So this story happened to my friend, and she recently told me this but wanted to keep it anonymous, so let's name her Jamie. So a little backstory to start everything off is Jamie's grandma has a vacation home that was built on a burial ground. Before her grandma bought the house, she wasn't told anything about this. Not until her own neighbors informed her, because they actually wondered why she ended up buying the house when the house was on the market for years. Like, no one ever thought about ever buying that house. Jamie told me that once her grandma heard this, she went on full investigation mode. Her grandma ended up doing so much research on the house, found out that it was true, and then tried to sell it. The only thing is that no one was willing to buy it. So just like that, she was stuck with a house that was built on a burial ground. And houses like that are usually haunted. Jamie told me her grandma has encountered so many paranormal things within the house, and even her dad during his childhood. Now let's fast forward. Jamie told me last year her and her family was invited to stay a few nights at her grandma's vacation home. She told me when her family received the invite, the whole vibe was just off. It was so eerie and just weird. It was like they knew something was gonna happen. Also, because Jamie's dad hasn't seen his mom in so long, they of course couldn't decline the invite. Jamie told me when they all arrived at the house, they immediately ran up to the rooms to claim where they're sleeping. Thinking they would all have separate rooms? Oh, they were wrong. The only ones that got to sleep in a separate room was her mom and dad, but everyone else, the siblings and Jamie, they all slept in one room. Jamie and her 5 other siblings had to stay in one room that had 4 bunk beds, 2 on each wall, and a small walkway in the middle. Think of it as almost like a camp bunker. There was also a window, an empty closet, and a door that was closed off behind one of the bunk beds. So the door that was closed off, Jamie told me her cousin and her older sister visited the house before and actually went inside of it. The door led to a whole other room that was filled with emptiness, darkness, and dirt everywhere. She told me they both heard weird noises coming from the inside of the room, and that's what sparked their curiosity to go explore it. The only thing is that once their grandma found out that they went inside that room, she ended up boarding the door shut with no explanation whatsoever. Also, what was very, very, very strange to me was that Jamie told me that there were plenty of other rooms where her and her siblings could have slept separate. The only thing is that her grandma insisted that they all slept together and that the other rooms were off limits once nighttime hits. So overall, the house was just weird and eerie, and Jamie was not excited to sleep there at all. Now, even though she wasn't excited to sleep, she was actually the first one to fall asleep, but here's where it got really, really weird. Jamie told me around 4 a.m. she immediately woke up, eyes wide open. Her eyes immediately locked on to what was in front of her, and it was a tall black figure with glowing white eyes. She said this figure was staring at her older sister, who was on the other side of the room, sleeping on the top bunk bed. So just imagine a tall black figure with glowing white eyes as peering above you as you're sleeping. Jamie told me while staring at this figure, it was almost as if it knew that she woke up because it immediately whipped its head around and started staring at Jamie. Now, you know how sometimes we see things in the dark and we aren't entirely sure if they're real or not? Well, Jamie knew for certain that whatever she was looking at was real. She told me she was filled with so much fear that it felt like that she could not move or speak. Right now, in this moment, Jamie was staring at this figure, this tall, black, aura thing figure, and it was staring right back at her. She told me she managed to break eye contact with it and moved her eyes to a different part of the room. When she moved her eyes back to where her sister was sleeping and where the figure was standing, it was gone. So at this point, she's confused because she could have sworn she saw something standing there, right? Jamie told me what happened next was straight out of a horror movie. All Jamie did was blink one time and the figure appeared right in front of her. This was a jump scare moment that she will honestly never forget. And I feel so sorry for her because in that moment, she was just frozen. She could not move. She could not scream. She could not react. She said that she could feel this thing's energy and it was so horrifying that tears started to flow down her face. Jamie then told me that once she mustered up the courage, she flipped over, faced the wall, shut her eyes, and forced herself to go back to sleep because there was honestly nothing that she could do. She told me when she woke up again, she heard birds chirping, the sun being out. It was almost as if what happened at night did not happen. So Jamie went to tell her mom everything in the morning, like from top to bottom, detail after detail after detail, everything. And she also said that she was gonna go tell her grandma, but once she mentioned that, her mom stopped her. So that whole entire situation freaked her out. Her mom not wanting her to tell her grandma freaked her out. And honestly, it made Jamie not want to visit her grandma's house anymore. But with that all happening, my question to y'all is, have you ever had sleep paralysis? If so, what was it like? Was it the same as this? Was it crazier? Let me know.
That was my good plate, bro.
So some very spooky, scary shit happened to me last night, and my baby daddy ain't answering me, so I need to tell somebody. And I need the TikTok, paranormal, mediums, anybody to stop and listen and please tell me what the fuck is going on, because the bitch is scared. So I have this thing that's been going on for a couple of years now. I'll wake up in the middle of the night, and my bed is shaking. It's shaking, and I'm awake, I'm wide awake, and I'll be sitting there, and it's shaking, and I'm shaking. That's been going on for forever. Usually, though, when I wake up, I don't see anything. It's just the bed shaking, and, like, I'll run up, turn on the lights, or call somebody to, like, tell them or, like, keep comfort for me. Usually, I don't see anything. The bed is just shaking, and I'm shaking, and I have took video footage before, and it's shaking. That scares the shit out of me. Now I have a 2-year-old daughter. There's been nights where we're sleeping together and I know the bed is shaking because I'll wake up and I'll see her kind of shaking too. But again, I don't see anything. Now, lately, I've just moved into this apartment about like 2 months ago. I usually can tell and sense when there's something funky in apartments. I've had haunted apartments. The first ghost I've ever motherfucking seen was in this ghetto ass apartment. I don't know if that ghost, that angry ghost, has attached to me because ever since then, that's when the bed shaking has happened. I can see his face till this fucking day, bitch. Lately, my 2-year-old has been waking up and screaming in fear. If my daughter wakes up and I'm not there, it's like a little whine and a cry. Like it's nothing like you're scared. She's been waking up scared, and I'll wake up and I don't see anything, or I'm like, it's okay, baby, it's okay, it's okay. Now, I'll go and lay her down in my room. When I go do my streaming, TikTok live, all of that shit at night, I'll be in the living room or I'll be in the second bedroom. I'll hear shit in my bedroom. I'll hear like a thump, or I swear she woke up, or I swear she fell off the bed. I'll go in there and she's fine. Or I'll hear something and then that's when I hear her start crying and I'm like, what the fuck? and she never wants to be in there alone. Like, she'd rather sleep on the couch while I'm doing my lives than be in that room. Now, I've never thought it was like a ghost, demon, whatever at the time, because it just never crossed my mind. Like I told you, I haven't seen anything. The bed shaking shit, bitch, I'm so used to it. Like, maybe it's my future self trying to like warn me about something, like interstellar type shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So I never put that together. But last night, bitch, last night, ooh, that's a whole other fucking story. Last night, I go to bed around, I want to say like 10, because I had a massive migraine. I just wanted to go to sleep. So I go to sleep, I'm laying next to my daughter, we co-sleep, and all of a sudden, she wakes up doing the screaming shit, but this time, she's looking at something. But the moment she woke up, I opened my eyes, and I saw something, bitch. I saw something, and my comforter was on the floor. By the door, bitch. Over by the door. She's screaming, looking, she's like, going back at something right in the middle where I saw this like black, it was like a black mass type shit, bitch. My heart this is the scaredest I've ever been. And mind you, the bed is shaking at the same time. Bad. So I get up. I'm like, it's okay. And I go switch on the fucking light. I don't see anybody. She's still screaming, like she's fucking terrified. I'm like, it's okay, baby. I pick her up. I call my mom right away, bitch. It's midnight. It's like 12:30. Exactly. I looked at the time, 12:30. I call her. I'm like, Mom, she knows about the bed shaking. She knows all this shit. I have to literally, every place I go to, I have to sage. We know to sage because at least keeps the shit at bay for a little bit. I call my mom. I'm like, Mom, the bed is shaking. Athena just screamed, da da da. She's like, you don't think she had a nightmare? I was like, the bed was shaking and she was looking at something and I saw some shit too. It felt like somebody broke into my house and I saw them there. Like my body, my adrenaline was fucking going. But like, it wasn't like I was ready to fight. I was terrified. And I was like, Mom, I can't go to sleep. I'm so scared. I can't be here alone tonight. I'm so fucking scared, Mom. I'm fucking scared. Just like, let's say a prayer out loud. I'm going to say a prayer over the phone. I was like, no. Because I thought if she was going to do that shit, I thought it was going to be like in the movies where like, my cross is going to fly off the wall. Where is my cross? I haven't seen it in a while. Oh no, he's right here. He's okay. He's right by my door too. Oh my God. As my heart is beating, just telling the story. I was terrified. I'm shaking right now. Girl, it was the scariest shit ever. And my mom was like, I'll stay on the phone with you. So she stayed on the phone with me for an hour. She's like, I can hear you. It's okay. It's okay. And I was like, Mom, I can't sleep. I thought I was seeing shit. Like, what if it's a fucking alien, bitch? Usually if I woke up and she was crying like that, she hasn't like been crying scared out of fear like that before, but usually I'll just be like, it's okay, baby, because I don't see anything. Even if the bed is shaking, I'm so used to it, but this was bad, girl. I need a sage again, but I want anybody to tell me, like, is this demonic? Is this aliens? Is this my future self trying to tell me something for years now? It started after I saw that guy in my apartment a couple years ago. And that ghost man was mean. I can do a story time on that. Shit was crazy. So yeah, I don't know. Can someone please tell me like what the bed shaking is? What is that shit? Is that demonic? Because when I Google it, it's nothing good. And the worst part is in my building, all the neighbors moved out. So these are all empty, haunted things. Oh!
So this next story was sent in by Isaiah via Instagram, so shout out Isaiah. My name is Isaiah and this is my experience. In Mexico, I used to live in a rancho with my nana and tata. In the home I lived in, the kitchen and bathroom were not all together. It was around 2 in the morning and I had to use the bathroom really bad. But my nana and tata were asleep, so I went to wake my nana up and tell her. I could tell she really wasn't paying attention because it looked like she was still half asleep. So I went anyways. As soon as I was walking to the bathroom, mind you, I was like 9 at the time, I got really scared and started hearing the bushes moving, so I assumed it was some type of animal. I went to go check, and when I was walking over there, I saw something. It was very tall and was red and hairy, and had a big smile on its face and looked like he was eating a human's head. I was so scared I froze. I didn't know what to do, so I screamed so loud that my tata and nana woke up. And they went to go check up on me, and I told them what I've seen, and they told me they have seen it too numerous times before me.
Hey, what's up, An exorcism was performed on this house and it failed. Welcome to the Hinsdale house, the scariest house in all of America. Now, the story of the Hinsdale house is a very, very interesting one. This place is located in Hinsdale, New York, upstate New York, near Buffalo, and there have been a number of tragedies and stories associated with this property. For example, a child on a nearby farm was killed by a buzzsaw early in the 1900s. Two brothers were arguing in the forest behind the home one day when one brother took a shotgun and shot his brother, killing him. There's a tree on the front of the property that was allegedly used to hang people, including a famous hanging of a pregnant woman. And some of the earliest people that lived in the house are suspected to be serial killers. Yes, the current owner, Dan, has found bodies buried in the back part of the property. They still haven't figured out who the bodies belong to. They only know that they're there because they've taken out ground-penetrating radar and figured out that there were bodies. They're working on getting them checked out and everything. But none of this even includes the exorcism and the possession of the Dandy family. Now, in the 1970s, kind of like something out of The Conjuring, the Dandy family moved into the Hinsdale house. And they experienced all sorts of violent paranormal activity. There would be swarms of bugs that would appear. They couldn't get any sleep. People were getting scratched, pushed, screamed at. And this was such a terrifying haunting that they sought the help of a local priest, Father Alphonsus, pictured right here. Now, he came in and performed what's known as a structural exorcism on the property, with the whole family present. This is widely documented. They even had a film crew from a New York university come out and film this entire process. And after this structural exorcism was completed, the film crew members swore they would never return to the property because of what they had seen and what they had heard during that process. Now, sadly, this exorcism failed. Only a short while after the exorcism, one of the family members ended up hanging herself. And the surviving members of the family to this day will tell you that this was the scariest thing they've ever experienced, and they wouldn't wish this on their worst enemy. There are also indigenous burial mounds just located right past the property line. So this place is like a gigantic vortex of just negative, strange energy. People have even reported seeing puckwudgies, wendigos, and skinwalkers in the woods surrounding the house. Obviously, I'm a paranormal investigator. I had to check the place out. I actually spent the night there back in March of this year, and let me tell you, it was one of the scariest experiences we've ever had. It was a totally different type of haunting, a different type of energy that just got into your mind. It works into your mind. It gives you violent thoughts, angry thoughts. And when I was sitting upstairs in the home where allegedly an investigator at one point had his eyes roll back into his head and his eyes turned black, I felt like a hand ran up my thigh and squeezed me on my buttocks. And so obviously you'd think that that one time, the scary night, would be enough. But no, we recently returned last week to investigate. And this time when we went back, we brought an actor so we could recreate the exorcism that took place back in the 1970s. And let me tell you, that's the night when all hell broke loose. The full video is going to be on my YouTube channel on Monday, so be sure you don't miss it.